you so much for watching. If you're watching after the stream, uh, make sure to subscribe. Right now, we're waiting for the new event, and we're currently farming tier 7. We're at wave 810. We're about to max out our workshop. We have our auto pick perks on because lately we've been really lazy, and we're just gonna chill for maybe a couple of hours. I apologize if my stream gets cut short due to my internet, but here we are. Once again, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the gameplay. Yo, yo. Mic test, 1, 2. Mic test, 1, 2. Testing mic, 1, 2, 3. Testing mic, 1, 2, 3. Mic test, 1, 2, 3. Mic test, 1, 2, 3. Hmm. Hi, Paradise. Yeah, man, that new microphone really ain't working that good, man. I'm upset. But I'm doing good. Sorry about yesterday, man. My internet cut out on me. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking anyway. Unless I buy like an actual microphone. But but I would need like a wireless one or something so I could keep the tablet plugged in. Thank you so much, man. No, man, I spent $30 on these freaking headphones, man, and they're just not working, man. I had my volume turned up on my tablet and everything, man, and it's just not it's just not working, man. I don't know. And there's nothing in the tablet settings at all about that. Yeah, yeah, I'm running it. You had told me to run it before, but I was being stubborn because I pulled the this, and all I need is one more copy to make it mythic. So I was using this, but from my testing, it's not as good as this. So I rewrote it, and I've been using this ever since. But that's what you were the one that originally told me to use it. And for some reason, I think that the is it me or are the orbs bigger with negative mass projector? I don't know. They almost look a little bigger, man. Yeah, man. It's good, man. It's good. It's that debuff, man. That debuff is so good. You know, I probably survived like 100 to 200 more waves because of it. But I don't know what they did with this last little update or whatever, with this last version. But it seems like I'm getting a lot less waves, but I'm making more coins and a little bit less cells. So I don't know. I don't know. A wise man once said, "I don't know." I just don't know. Oh yeah, shout out tags, man. Shout out tags. Yeah, nobody knows about that negative mass projector. They don't know. Yeah, like you said, it's low key good for real. Yeah, they count the enemies slightly outside of the black hole now. JP used to farm with it all the time before he switched to Sharp 4. Yeah, man, I need at least two sharps before I could replace it. You know, because I was thinking all I need is an epic, but that ain't gonna cut it. I need at least two of them before I switch. So whenever I pull modules, whenever the banner drops, hopefully I get a couple of copies of Sharp Fortitude and I can make a switch. I mean, what would be real great is if I get four copies of Sharp Fortitude, then that would be even better. But I don't want to push my luck. Yeah. So it's I guess it's just the best that I have right now. You know. So I'm just using it. So what y'all decided to make a video of y'all talking because y'all never streamed last night. I mean, I don't wanna spoil anything. Okay. Yeah, man, that's cool. That way you could that way you could have a little bit more control over it, I guess, instead of streaming it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Make a video out of it, you know. Break it up into two videos and edit it when I get home. Okay. Yeah. So y'all must have had a pretty long conversation. You really don't want a video that long. You know, like sitting through you and Spartan's interview was like, man, you know, I was like almost watching a movie at that point. You know, but you know, I like podcasts and stuff like that. But yeah, some people can't sit through it. 589 good knowledge. It's crazy. He helped me with Glass Cannon. Yeah, man. Only an hour and 20 minutes. Was it Snyder cut? Yeah. Yeah, quote unquote only, right? You know, no way. It's like if I wanted to watch Joe Rogan, I would watch Joe Rogan, guys. Come on. Honestly, I watch the videos that are 5 hours sometimes or longer. Yeah, I mean, like I used to, but you know, whenever I was driving trucks, I would listen to podcasts all the time. But now I can't really sit through it, you know, because I'm just here in my living rooms. You know, it's hard for me to sit that long and watch something like that. You know, you prefer it. Yeah, well, you're one of the many few, man. You know, YouTube videos. I mean, it's hit or miss. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes if you make your video too long, you don't get a lot of views. But if you make a short video, you know, you get more views sometimes. I mean, it just depends on what it is, you know, and what, like, if people are interested in it, you know. Like Joe Rogan podcast, for instance, he gets lots of views, and his stuff is hours long, you know. And like I'm a little guilty of that too. Like when I made that little video about the web store, that should have been like way shorter. It should have been like, hey, this is the web store, This is what you do, blah blah blah. You know, it's short and sweet. You know what I mean? But I went like on a tangent. You know, like it just. But I wanted to kind of go through like my experience with buying and buying stones and where I put them and the gems where I put those and stuff. I wanted to give like a perspective, about my journey, of what I did and how I spent it. Instead of it being like a guide. Yeah, according to analytics, you get better videos with shorter vids, up to 20 minutes, with the exception of the pass sheet video. Yeah, the pass sheet video is really, really good. I liked it. I like the way you broke it down. Because you did it like step by step where you broke it down. And I tried watching Jay Plays' video, but in Jay Plays' video, it was kind of hard. It was harder to understand. So when you did it, it was easy for me, and I was able to do it. But I had to watch. Little sections of it over and over to make sure I was doing it right. But yeah. Yeah, so easy, a caveman. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But on this new update to the pass sheet, I gotta redo the new master ID, and it said that one's not allowed. So I gotta redo the whole sheet. But I just want to see what it says. So I'm gonna later on. I'm just gonna sit down and redo it. Just to put everything in all over again. Take my time with it. Because I need to put my relics in and all that stuff. A little bit of lag. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's happening. You finally got it working, the pass sheet? Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I'm just going to redo the whole thing and just sit down and redo it because I need to put all my relics in. I want to make sure my pass sheet is right. It has my entire tower in there. And then take a look at it and see where I'm at, and see what I need to do. But recently, what I did was I took out my spotlight coin bonus for coins per kill, because I'm almost done with black hole coin bonus. And I think when that's done, I'm just going to put spotlight back in and just kind of just run coins per kill as long as, till the wheels fall off, I guess. And when Deathwave Cells is done, I'm going to put lab speed back in and probably take it to 75 and then revisit how I feel after that. I hate it whenever like one lab is locked into something. That never feels right. Like I could do other things. Like I need to do some utility stuff. So like this month is gonna be dedicated to nothing but econ, and I'm thinking that next month, whenever I get my econ labs going, or like whenever I finish my my wall health lab, I'm gonna throw in a utility lab like common drop chance, rare drop chance, reroll shards, daily mission shards, stuff like that. get those up, get those higher. Because I feel like I'm at the point in my towers progression where I need to work on uh, my my modules. I need to work on module stuff, you know, because I only do the card missions when the update comes out. I just do the card missions. I mean, when the new event comes out. You didn't until you finished all your UW labs. Yeah, yeah, but they gotta get done, Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm working on Spotlight, but at the same time, I could run it concurrent. You know what I mean? Like I could put Spotlight back in, and Spotlight and Black Hole, or Spotlight and Deathwave. Because when Black Hole finishes, I'll put Deathwave in. So Spotlight and Deathwave will finish like in a month from now, if I did it like that. Yeah, I know. Cause I was thinking, cause I have enough money in my Google to buy a stone pack, so I was gonna bump up my angle to 45. So really, man, I should throw that mug back in, dude. You know. But I'll let this one level finish of coin bonus. Just throw that thing back in, just to make it quicker. And then whenever Black Hole coin finishes, I'll put Deathwave coin in there. Just knock it out. But Golden Tower, man, that lab is so long. The Golden Tower bonus, oh man, dude, that's months. At 3 times speed, it's months away. But it got to get done, I guess. Yeah, so my plan is to get my angle to 45, and then I'm going to save my stones. And on the first, when I get my check, I'm going to lower my cooldowns one last time. And then I'm going to go kind of free to play. Oh, it's not free to play, but I'm only going to buy the event boosts, until I get my labs done pretty good. And I'm making, my econ is in a good place as far as the labs go. And then I'll revisit buying stone packs again. But for sure, I'm only allowed to get 2 a month with my dad. You know, because I know that later on down the line, I know masteries are kind of expensive, but I want to do better in tournaments. You know, so I feel like working on my econ will help me perform better. You know, like econ is damage, or econ is EHP. Econ is everything. You know what I mean? Like it's, and I'm trying to right now. My plan is to kind of flush out my workshop a little bit better, where I could where I have a good starting point in a tournament. You know, Like maybe get to like 5,300 health and health regen. Have have 1,000 into my wall health. You know, stuff like that. Maybe even gold box max recovery, or get it very low where it's only like one click and it's done. You know. But if I ever have enough to do one click into Coins Plus after a run, I just automatically do that. You know, because econ, you know. Yeah, it takes time. Yeah, this game is all about time for sure, man. I mean, as long as I'm staying in champs, I feel like I'm doing all right. But even if I did get demoted, I'd probably make more stones. But the thing is whenever you get demoted, that week you're not making any stones. So I need to stay in champs. You get that 90, get that 90 every time, and I'll be all right. You know what I mean? Because what I could do too is with the stone pack on Thursday, I could just throw in my NVN and lower my cooldowns. But then I'm stuck with MVN, so I really don't want to do that. So I think what I'm gonna do with that stone pack is get to my spotlight and go 5 more degrees. I'll be at 45. And then plus my substat, it'll be 48. And that I think that'll be good for right now. That way I could have a little bit more coverage, and I won't have to worry about it for a really long time. You know, because when I get an ancestral substat, it'll be at 60 meters. So we'll have to just wait and see what happens when I pull modules coming up. And I hope the new modules are gonna be good. I mean, I heard some things here and there about them, but you know, really, you can't hear. You know, you can't take any hearsay for. You know, I don't know if people are messing with me or what. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna wait and see what they got. You know. Yeah, you know, like I heard some things, man, but you know, I don't rely on you know on what I hear from, like, you know, like even all the speculation about the update. You know, like people were coming out with some crazy ideas, but you know, some of them were right. You know, some of them were right, but you know, I just gotta wait and see. So I don't know. It's very true. Time is the largest current. Yeah, man. That's why I'm glad I'm working on my death wave cells, because I kind of see it like that. You ain't never gonna get back the time. You know what I mean? So if there's a way I could multiply the time it takes, then that, to me, that's a better lab than waiting the 10 days for a 2% increase on my lab speed. You know, I'm not. I'm good. I'd rather do Deathwave cells. Uh, I thought they were gonna buff smart missiles in general because of the new card, but I guess I could see why they didn't. You know, because then smart missiles will be OP again, and You know, but they probably would have made some money because people would stone pack their smart missiles all the way up. But who knows? We don't know what else they have planned out. You know, they could maybe give a slight buff to it, but I really don't know what they changed with it because I started after they were already nerfed. And whenever I was picking my ultimate weapons too, I looked at Primo's old video and that was before the nerf. And so I was at a point where I didn't have I was looking for one of the main three, but the main three weren't taken, and I already had Black Hole and Spotlight. So I needed to pick a third ultimate weapon, but I think I had Poison Swamp and Chronofield. Uh, so I thought that Smart Missiles would be the better choice there because I watched Primo's video and I chose Spotlights, and I don't regret it because they synergize with my Spotlight anyway. So that's another lab I need to work on is my smart missile stuff. But that's later on, man. I like I said, I got to get this econ and this utility stuff figured out, you know, and then revisit that idea. But like well, really uh when my uh when my wall health lab finishes, I could just throw in spotlight missiles because that's only one lab, and just go ahead and knock that out so I could just have them. You know, you ever heard that saying? You know, it's better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them. You know, so kind of like that. Just keep them in the back pocket, and then whenever that lab finishes, I'll start on the utility stuff. Get my reroll dice higher, get my daily missions higher, do my common drop chance, my rare drop chance, you know, and just kind of just knock that stuff out. Just kind of systematically go through, you know, all of my quote unquote econ, you know, because I still consider that an econ in a way too. You know, those module stuffs is kind of like econ. Well, the shards, you know, they're like econ in a way, you know. So just dedicate a couple of months to doing that, and then if I end up moving up a tier or two, then I'll end up with more cells, more reroll shards, and all that, you know, all that good stuff. But I don't know how good Bounty is now either because I've been wanting to try out Bounty, but I don't have it yet. Number one, and number two, I don't know if it's I really don't think it's better than Fetch. You know, I seen JP's video and his Fetch got him a trillion, like a trillion five on its own. You know, Fetch. You know what I mean? Like golly, dude. I don't know how good Steel is after the you know, but Fetch does it all, man. It gives you shards, gives you reroll dice, gives you modules, gives you medals, gives you gems. You know, I mean, I'm at the point where every day I'm getting my 10 gems and my 10 medals every day with it. But it just gives me so much more. Like I've been upgrading my ultimate weapon, my modules. I've been upgrading my modules almost every day, or every other day. You know, but now it's starting to get really expensive. So that's another lab I need to consider doing too. Is maybe put a couple of levels into module shard cost. You know, I think that would be really good for me because I could get a couple of more levels out of it. You know what I mean? Like just do those initial first couple of levels. You know, just kind of knock that out. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping that they have some good relics coming up. How far away are we? We're a while. We have a while before. Well, not really. It's 3 hours. Not bad. Not bad at all. And my golden bot's looking real good too. But I was really considering doing a respec on it and just using all the metals I have and putting it into size and quantity. I mean, and the multiplier. Is it quantity? What's the name of that? Bonus. Because I have some metals into duration, but really I could just save. I mean, I don't want to spend my gems, so I'll just save it. Just leave it alone, and then this event. Range first, then duration. The more uptime is better, but some bonus is good. Yeah, 'cause I think if I respec, I have a pretty big range, and I could have some duration. But my bonus has been giving me a lot of my bonus has been giving me a lot more coins too, since I've upped that. But you already know, bro. I'm already screwed as far as the sync goes. I ain't gonna be able to sync it until a long time from now. I need a lot of medals and I need a lot of levels, and I need to see where my cooldowns end up being and stuff. So I need to just wait on all that. But I have Galaxy Compressor, so I'm happy with just running G Comp for the time being. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. Cooldown. Okay. Well, I want to get the range up a couple of more clicks. I'm not too far away from being done with the range. You know, size matters. You know. That's kind of what I was thinking about doing with my stones too, is trying to get my black hole size a little bit bigger, but it's already to the point where it's getting kind of expensive for me. So I'm not gonna touch it right now. You know. And then I could always use Substat. Yeah, range is really really good. I want to see that big golden bot on the screen. Every time I up my range, it's like it looks visually better. Every click I do into it, man, it just gets bigger and bigger. So I'm happy with it. So yeah, this go around. Well, if they have 4 relics, then I'm kind of screwed because I'm gonna get all the relics. I mean, if they have the 2 relics that are in the pass itself in the store, I mean, not that top part, but you know what I mean. The two down at the bottom in the store. If they have those two, then I'm screwed. You know that always messes up my medals. But I'm happy to get more relics anyway, so it works itself out. But if I get if I get as much medals as I can, I'm gonna try to bump up my range for sure. I don't think I really need a respec. I think I'm in an all right spot. I just gotta just be patient and just get more medals. You know, get as much medals as I can. We'll have to see what happens. I mean, I'm probably not gonna touch anything else for a while though. Like you said, I'm gonna get that range up, and then at the end of the event mission, if I don't have enough for any more clicks into range, I'll just throw it into duration. Because my bonus is pretty decent. I don't think I need to touch bonus for a while. I just wanted to get it up. And I was using the effective pass sheet on it for a while, but I started doing my own thing on it. I kind of veered off from it because it had me stop doing range. So I didn't like that. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna do range for the time being, and it seems to get me more coins. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're already starting to repeat. For the guys that have been playing for a year, some of this stuff's already repeating. You know. Yeah, that's gonna feel real good too. Whenever I get to the point where I'm like, I got everything. I got all these relics. I got all this stuff. You know. But I just saw that. I saw JP's video, and his golden bot is looking really nice, man. He's gold boxed. He's gold boxed in cooldown, in bonus. No, not bonus. In range and cooldown. But since they added the new bonus, his bonus and duration isn't maxed out yet. But it would be if they didn't drop that update. But since they dropped the update, he needs to put some more clicks into it. You know. I think there's like 10 more levels into duration and bonus or something. So it's gonna be a while before my golden bot looks anything like that. But you know what? I watched this video from 9 months ago, and we were kind of at the same level. I mean, he was still way beyond where I'm at, but his cooldowns were looking kind of like mine and stuff. And I was like, all right, it kind of gave me hope. You know what I mean? Like in 9 months, I'm gonna be where he's at now. You know what I mean? And so that gives me hope. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I just need to stick with it. You know, not be worried about all this. And not be so hooked up with buying stone packs all the time. Like I said, I'm just gonna buy the one this week, and then on the first, I'm gonna buy the two, and then I'm gonna slow down with that. You know, and really not buy them unless I really, really need them. You know what I mean, for something. But my cooldowns are gonna be good, dude. After that, you've been playing for a year, so maybe you get lucky. Yeah, yeah, because because I talked to somebody who's been playing for a year, and he's already gotten like one repeat or something. So yeah, you should start running into some repeats coming up. But me, I just gotta take as much relics as they throw at me. You know, every relic I can get my hands on, I'm getting it. Like really, to be honest with you, I think I'm at the point now where I could probably do tier 11 4,500. I want to go ahead and knock that out. You know, that's like 45 stones right there. And a relic, and a gold relic. I mean, it's defense absolute, but it's still gold, you know. But that's what I'm gonna do with my relic display. I needed to sit down and do that too. I was thinking about that the other day. You know, like for tournaments, is put all my achievement relics on display. You know, like my tier 9, my tier 10, my platinum, my gold, you know, my tier 11, you know, stuff like that. And the higher ones I do, I just replace the lower ones with it. So if I do tier 12, then it'll replace tier 9 or whatever. You know what I mean? Just keep doing that. Yeah, 12 is hard. But you know what? I was thinking about trying out 12 2,500 and see how it goes. But like I said, since the update, you know, I've been losing waves on my regular farming runs. So I could just imagine that 12 is going to be really hard now. I mean, I really don't know until I try it, but I don't think I'm anywhere near there yet, you know? So before the update, I did 1,800 in tier 12. So now, I don't even think I could. I really don't think I could. But I think I could do tier 11. I really think I could do tier 11 4,500. But like I said, I'm just trying to work on my workshop and my coins and my econ and all that. You know, it'll bring itself around. You know, all that investment is gonna it's gonna work itself out in the long run. You know, especially when it comes to tournaments. I just have to wait and see. Just gotta wait and see what happens, boys. Oh, let me fix this. There we go. I must have got the coin trade off already. That's another lab I wanted to do too. It's kind of like like the quality of life labs. You know, like I want to bring down my waves required lab. I want to do it to 17. Like I heard if you get it to 17, your runs, you know, I guess I don't want to say they go by faster, but you get more perks. You know, the time gets lessened for the perks, I guess. You know what I mean? Like you get the perks quicker. You know. So I think that that's another quality of life lab I want to do. You know, like do the spotlight missiles and then do waves required to 17, and then start throwing in the module stuff. Another kind of quality of life lab I was thinking about was the package chance. Since I'm using GComp and I'm probably not going to replace it for a while, might as well get my package chance a little higher. You know, just do a few levels into that. I mean, I know it could get expensive really quick, but I don't know how long it takes. What waves? No, I mean I'm only doing waves required to 17. What is 17 levels a long time? You're talking about maxing it. Yeah, maxing it takes 77,000 days. Dude, I'd be 60 years old by the time that thing finishes. Dude, no way. I'd be 60 years old waiting for that lab. Man, no way, dude. I'm not doing it. Can you imagine, dude? Imagine being a 60-year-old man in the nursing home, like, oh, my lab's about to finish. I'm about to get maxed. All the old ladies looking at you all crazy, like, what is he talking about? Hey, you want to see my tower? It's, it's like the best kaleidoscope in the world. Like, I have everything maxed. All the labs are done. The one lab I'm waiting for is waves required. you know? Dang, dude. I mean, I guess at 6 times speed it gets lower, but dang. Imagine? No way. You know, instead of 7,000 days, it's 3,000 days. Dude, dang. I'm gonna be in my 50s. You know, like, come on. No red. All right, Paradise. Have a good day. Alright, folks, we went ahead and went for an hour and 20 minutes. Doesn't look like anybody else is coming. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Happy idling. Bye.